Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Cold front moved through overnight last night, and now colder air will start to filter in. I'll show you when our temperatures will drop down into the 20s again.
Plus, there have been some school bus issues in Durham Public Schools. This morning, the update parents will get today from the school district as it tries to address its shortage of drivers.
And Amazon workers are getting ready to strike across the country. We'll tell you why they're doing this and what Amazon is saying about it. Oh, the potential impact on the busy holiday season with that. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock. We'll get you up to speed on all you need to know this Thursday. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Chris Levin, in for Jeff Hogan. Yeah, that's probably a reminder for a lot of people. If you are going to do some shopping, maybe go ahead and get that done. Stop procrastinating. Hey, we're going to go ahead and get things over right now to Elizabeth Gardner. She is tracking your weather forecast for today. Pretty quiet out there for right now.
It is. The cold front came through, so no more rain. Skies are clearing in a lot of places. It's a little bit breezy, but it's not too cold out there just yet. We take a live look here at downtown Raleigh Memorial Auditorium with the tree all lit up. You can tell it's still a little damp outside, but it's nothing that's going to cause any problems for the morning commute. Our wind is now coming out of the north at around 6 to 8 miles per hour. 54 is our temperature, though, so it's not really cold outside. Still looking at 60 in Clinton, but temperatures have dropped into the mid 40s up around the Virginia line, and that chilly air is definitely headed our way. We could dip into the upper 40s a little later on this morning, and then we're just going to hold it in the low 50s with variably cloudy skies through the afternoon. But another front comes through tomorrow. It could bring us a sprinkle. We'll take a look at that, but it's going to deliver some Arctic air. I'll show you how cold it will get coming up. Brett?
Thanks, Elizabeth. Let's take a look at traffic. It is Thursday, 6:01. I'm Brett Neeson for Ken Smith, and we got a lot of green on our board right now. 540 looking good, 40 the Beltline. All looking good, and coming in on 87 from the Wendell area. No delays to report out there so far, so good. I-48 Wade Avenue, that's our live look right there. You can see the Wade Avenue exit as a semi-truck takes it right there. A few cars out there, but so far we are seeing everything smooth sailing, and we will keep you updated if that changes.
Sounds good, Brett. Thank you. Tonight, parents will learn more about how Durham Public Schools plans to address its bus driver shortage. Families are facing hardships as the staffing problem has the district requiring them to drive their kids to school themselves or find a ride once a week. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live at the Durham School Bus Depot. Kelsey, the school board says it does have some ideas on how to resolve this.
Yes, Renee, and some buses, they just sit here all day at the school district's depot because of this shortage. And Durham Public Schools has had trouble finding people to get behind the wheel for years. So tonight, parents may have a chance to hear about new solutions to this problem. Right now, DPS's buses run on a staggered schedule because of the shortage. The district says that modified schedule will be in place through mid-January. In the meantime, they're asking parents to drive their kids to school at least once a week. We caught up with the vice chair of the Durham County Commission Board, Mike Lee. He got a commercial driver's license to become a fill-in bus driver in light of this shortage. He says parents and the entire Durham community are working together to meet the need.
They're taking kids to schools in their vans, and they're carpooling, and they're working together with their neighborhoods. Durham is a special place. And we together will work through this, and we're going to get through this. We have to have a little bit of grace.
The Durham Association of Educators is also expressing their concerns about this issue. They plan to host a news conference tonight ahead of the school district's meeting. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Durham.
Now, this comes as Wake County Schools is taking steps to add bus drivers to its district. The district has 606 school bus drivers as of November, and that's actually up from 578 back in August. We'll fill you in on the update shared during tonight's meeting in Durham. You can tune into our newscast from 4 to 7:30 this evening for new info about the bus driver shortage.
Today, a Raleigh convenience store owner will learn how long he'll spend in prison. Tazir Zarka faces up to 5 years after a jury convicted him of voluntary manslaughter. Zarka stabbed Mark Garrity during a scuffle after he accused Garrity of stealing a Gatorade. Garrity's family says they are happy to see Zarka going to prison. Zarka could have faced up to 20 years in prison if the jury found him guilty of aggravated manslaughter. The judge declared a mistrial for that portion of the trial. Garrity's family told WRAL, "We are disappointed by the verdict and will continue to fight for our son, Mark, and for so many others that didn't get their voice heard." Finally, after 19 months of freedom, we are thankful Taz is locked up. At Zarka's sentencing today, we will hear impact statements from Garrity's family and from Zarka's supporters.
Today, the Durham Housing Authority is under the direction of an interim CEO. The Board of Commissioners and CEO Anthony Scott announced last night they are mutually parting ways. Scott led the Durham Housing Authority for more than 8 years. In its statement, the commissioners thanked Scott for his dedication and leadership. It said Scott led the authority to success in preservation and development of affordable housing. Anthony Snell will serve as interim CEO as the search for a replacement moves forward. WRAL has reached out to Scott and is waiting to hear back from him.
Today, the year-end holiday travel period is officially getting started. This is a live look at RDU. And if you're catching a flight, prepare for long lines at the airport. The TSA expects to screen 40 million people today through January 2nd. That's a 6.2% increase over last year, when 37 million people were screened. The busiest days are expected to be tomorrow, next Friday, and Monday, December 30th.
AAA projects more than 107 million people will drive to their holiday destinations. The agency says the best time to travel if you're hitting the road today is before 11 a.m. It predicts 3 to 8 p.m. will be the worst times for traffic.
And just after 3 this morning, AAA released its newest gas price data. In Raleigh, the average cost today, $2.88 a gallon. That's 6 cents less than what it was last year at this time. Across North Carolina, it's $2.84. That's 9 cents less than last year. And nationwide, it's $3.05. That's 3 cents less than what it was last year.
Today, we expect to get an update in the case against accused Raleigh mass shooter Austin Thompson. His status hearing is scheduled for today in Wake County Superior Court. Thompson is accused of killing 5 people and seriously injuring 2 others. That happened during a shooting rampage he's accused of carrying out in the Hedingham community in October 2022. WRAL will be in the courtroom, and we will have an update on what happened during our later newscasts. Police in Durham are looking for the person who shot and killed a 17-year-old. We first brought you this story as breaking news yesterday morning. Officers say it happened around 11 o'clock Tuesday night off South Roxborough Street. Investigators spent nearly 12 hours at that scene, but no arrests have been made.
You're looking live right now at the U.S. Capitol, where a government shutdown is now looming. A spending bill that would have kept the government funding into March is dead. Now, a shutdown will begin at 12:01 a.m. Saturday unless a new deal is reached. President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance torpedoed the proposed bill in a joint statement. They slammed the budget resolution, saying Republicans need to, quote, get smart and tough. They say the bill gives Democrats too much. They called for a debt ceiling increase, which neither party had been considering. In a statement, the White House said Republicans are playing politics over the funding issue.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, about 10,000 Amazon workers are planning to strike today. Teamsters announced this with less than a week to go before Christmas. These are some live looks. Illinois and New York, that picture just came down. But these are the Amazon warehouses where some of these workers will be striking. New York, Atlanta, California, and Illinois all joining the picket line. The union calling it the largest strike against Amazon in U.S. history. Warehouse workers and drivers at other facilities also prepare to strike as well. Amazon says, though, despite these strikes, there will not be any disruptions in what they do.
Biotechnology is coming to classrooms in Holly Springs. Town leaders approved a new charter high school committed to providing students access to an industry that's growing in Wake County. School leaders at Pine Springs Preparatory Academy plan to build a school for grades 9 through 12. The school would be located within a biotech business park where companies including Fujifilm and Amgen are building plants. It would be kind of like a pipeline from the classroom to a career.
What an exciting way to get students prepared and exposed to really good careers that exist right here in southwestern Wake County.
Pine Springs currently serves grades K through 8. It needs approval, though, from the state to open a charter high school. School leaders hope they can break ground as soon as the summer of next year and start welcoming 9th and 10th grade students by 2026.
Donations running low. The push some charities are making to get more support during the season of giving.
And Governor Roy Cooper's bids his farewell. What he says he is proudest about as he prepares to leave office.
And kids heading off to school this morning need a jacket. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 40s to low 50s. And then after school, just 52 degrees. But tomorrow morning will be much colder. I'll show you why coming up.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
612, we had our cold front move through overnight last night, but the coldest air isn't here just yet. Our temperatures this morning, upper 40s to low 50s. And so a jacket's probably fine for the kids as they head out the door. We're seeing a mix of sun and clouds as that sun comes up. And then this afternoon, we're going to hold it in the low 50s. That's going to be about 20 degrees colder than yesterday, but still it's not cold. We do have some Arctic air that is on its way. However, we take a look at our forecast for the next few days. And this is a look at our highs. By tomorrow, looking at 52 and then highs in the 40s for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So chilly, chilly air coming our way. We take a sneak peek at Christmas, and it'll be a little milder. Temperatures will be in the 50s, with just a small chance of showers. We'll take a look at when that could fall coming up.
All right, let's take a look at traffic right now. Delay-free pretty much across the board, which is good. All of our major routes into Raleigh. Maybe a couple minutes if you hit a couple stoplights coming in on US 1 southbound from the Wake Forest area, but so far so good out there on all of our major routes. No major incidents to report at this point. Going in and out of Durham, we're also looking good. And the Durham Freeway looking good in both directions. All green right now on our sensors. Here's our live look at 440 at Lake Boone Trail, and things looking good on the Beltline so far, Renee.
Brett, thank you. It's the end of an era for Governor Roy Cooper. He delivered his farewell address yesterday at Nash Community College. That's the same place he announced his first run for governor in 2015, and it's the county where he was born. Cooper said over the last 8 years, he has delivered on the pledge he made during his first campaign for governor.
Wanted to build a North Carolina where people are better educated and healthier with more money in their pockets and the opportunity to live a life of purpose and abundance.
Governor Cooper pointed to Medicaid expansion, teacher raises, and growing the clean energy economy as his biggest accomplishments of his administration. His successor, Josh Stein, will be inaugurated on January 11th.
In a newly released report, Human Rights Watch is the latest group to accuse Israel of acts of genocide against Palestinians. The organization says Israel is depriving people of water in Gaza. It says Israel is intentionally destroying water infrastructure, blocking aid, and stopping repairs from happening. It says this is contributing to death and widespread disease among more than 2 million Palestinians.
Fayetteville police are asking for your help identifying a person in a reckless driving incident. These pictures are from a street takeover at the intersection of Gillespie Street and Franklin on November 2nd. Police say the drivers were doing burnouts and donuts, disrupting traffic and posing a danger to public safety. They've identified the driver of the Ford F-150 as Brandon Owen. There is a warrant for his arrest. Investigators are working to identify the driver of the Dodge Charger. If you have any information on this, call police.
Fewer donations to local nonprofits make it harder to support families across the Triangle. The Triangle Nonprofit and Volunteer Leadership Center lost a major sponsor in the last week. This means a loss of support for 50 low-income families. It's a troubling trend many nonprofits are dealing with right now.
One of the things that we've heard from the nonprofits that we support is that contributions are down.
We have to spark this new cultivation of giving. We all know what it's like to receive, but we got to start giving more.
Now, according to a study from Wallet Hub, North Carolina ranks 29th on the list of most charitable states in America. Now, if you're interested in supporting, you can visit thevolunteercenter.org to learn more. And here's another way you can help our community. WRAL and the Salvation Army have teamed up once again to ensure local children have warm clothing this winter. The annual WRAL Coats for the Children telethon is tomorrow morning. Things kick off at 6 a.m. and continue throughout the day with a special at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. on WRAL.
Raleigh families can get a haircut for free this weekend. Grooming Resources and Opportunities is holding a free Cuts for Christmas event on Saturday. There will also be free food, health screenings, and toys for children. Last year, the organization was able to give 300 free haircuts. It is happening this upcoming Saturday from 8 to 3 at the Barber Shop, Raleigh, on New Bern Avenue.
You'll need to pay a little more if you still need to ship packages for Christmas. The deadline has passed for packages to arrive in time for Christmas if you're using Postal Service First Class Mail or Ground Advantage. Today is the last day you can ship by Priority Mail for delivery in time for Christmas. You can use Priority Express shipping through Saturday if you need it.
So you do have options, but get ready to pay for the procrastination. 6:16 now as we check in on Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center and our tower, all festive, and the temperatures will start to feel very festive in the next few days.
Ooh, that's a great way to put it. We do take a live look here at our tower right in the backyard. You can see just a bit of cloud cover that's near the horizon, but we're mostly clear this morning. We had the potential to see a little bit of low cloud cover and fog, but we've kept the wind up a bit, and so that's keeping some of that from forming. The cold front shifting offshore, a little bit of lingering rain down near the Wilmington area, but our skies are clearing. The wind is now coming out of the north, and as we get through the day today, our temperatures will feel much cooler than yesterday. Yesterday we were in the 70s, looking at low 50s for today. Let's jump ahead and talk about tomorrow. We have another front that'll come through. It's not likely to bring a whole lot of rain with it, just a few sprinkles. This is 5 a.m., 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. We should see some sunshine, especially close to lunchtime, and then that front swings on through, and again, a sprinkle or two. At 5 o'clock, you can see how dry it looks, and then by 8 or 9 o'clock, a little sprinkle comes on by, and then skies will clear after that. So it's a 20% chance for Friday, and that's it. It's going to be a tenth or maybe just a few hundredths of an inch, and that's it. Then we're dry Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and that's great news for folks who are going to be traveling. But we're also looking at much colder temperatures behind Friday's front. Winter officially begins at 4:20 a.m. on Saturday, and whew, is it going to be cold? We get another Arctic blast that rolls in Saturday, and we'll really feel those cold temperatures Saturday, Sunday, Monday, even into Tuesday. And again, we do have that slight chance of rain with that front on Friday. Take a look at our chance of an inch of snow. We're back up to 43% chance in Boone. Love that. But you can see if you're not in the mountains, it is a big old 0. Yes, it will be cold enough, but we will not have any moisture to go along with it. That will make for some good travel, though. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, Christmas Eve, we're all dry. Christmas Day, just a small chance of some evening rain. And then Thursday, it looks on the wet side. An early look at Christmas temperatures. Christmas Eve, 49. Christmas Day, 53. Good bit of sunshine on Christmas Eve. Some cloud cover Christmas Day. And again, we may see a few light showers in the evening. Saturday, Sunday, Monday will be the coldest. Overnight lows down into the 20s. Coming up, we're going to talk a little bit more about wind chill that we may see with that coming up. Brett?
All right, Elizabeth, let's take a look at traffic right now. 6:19 here on your Thursday. We do have a couple of things that are out there on the roads to tell you about if you're heading out right now. All of our major routes look good, but these are on some of our side roads. So let's zoom in on a couple of those to let you know what's going on. We do have a crash Brentwood Road southbound near Capitol Boulevard. No delays on the sensors right there. This just popped up, so we're going to keep an eye on that, let you know if that causes any delays. A lot of people using Capitol Boulevard to get to work here on a Thursday. Timber Drive near Benson Road. That's another crash down there in the Garner area. No delays on the sensors on that one either. But again, we're going to keep an eye on that and let you know if that changes. Here's the Durham Freeway, 885 at TW Alexander Drive. Looking good in both directions so far.
All right, thank you, Brett. Civil rights leader Bishop William Barber is suing AMC Theaters. The federal laws that he claims were violated when he was attending a movie.
And critical progress in Western North Carolina. The newly completed project that will open a new route for thousands of drivers.
And just in case you missed them, here are your winning NC Education Lottery numbers on your screen.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Today on What's Trending, an honor for Ryan Reynolds north of the border.
And a little gingerbread cookie toy is one of the hottest items of the holidays. So this is Cookie. He's made by Ty, the same company that brought us Beanie Babies. Hello, Ty. And it went viral last week when a social media user posted a picture saying they thought Ty was ugly. But then they cried and bought him. And that post has more than 27 million views on X. Ty now says it cannot keep Cookie in stock.
But you know what's going to happen? It's going to,
buy.
a lot of people are going to buy it, and oh man, I can't wait to get it. And then it's going to be old, and then Ty will have an overstock of cookie on their shelves. I bet you, because that's the same thing that kind of happened with those, the Stanley Cups. They were popular for a bit. Then,
that's
okay.
all it takes.
Exactly. That's all it takes.
How is that ugly?
It's cute. I don't think it's ugly.
Cute. Yeah, ugly was kind of harsh.
It's a little rude, internet, but not surprising. Canada is celebrating its native son, Ryan Reynolds. I love Ryan Reynolds. He's such a cool dude. He was honored yesterday with appointment to the Order of Canada, which, if you did not know, it is Canada's top civilian honor. This dude, he gives so much money to like philanthropic efforts. He is very big about creating, an inclusive workspace in Hollywood and such. And he's just ridiculously funny. I love Ryan Reynolds.
He is so funny. He's nice. That's the Canadian in him, right? And you remember earlier this year when his soccer team played at WRAL Soccer Park in that soccer tournament, and it created a little Reynolds mania, wondering if we were going to see Ryan Reynolds. He did not stop by.
The guy's, he's also a marketing genius. He sold his stake in cricket. That guy, he just can't do no wrong with my eyes.
Open invitation for him to come to Cary and come visit.
All right, so we are getting a closer look at what families can expect when Dix Park's new Gibson Play Plaza opens next year. The project is in the works right now. You see it right here on your screen. The Play Plaza will have a sensory maze, water play mountain, swing terrace, and other features. It's expected to be completed next spring. Gibson Play Plaza is the first of 23 projects under a Raleigh Parks bond.
A cheesy but cheerful holiday trend is taking over a small town in Illinois. More than 50 giant inflatable Santas are keeping watch over this neighborhood in Atwood. So it all started with one teacher reaching out to a few neighbors and then quickly spread beyond their expectations.
Every day a new Santa pops up in town, and it just brings me so much joy that everyone was willing to participate and thought that it would be fun and bring some joy to our small community.
The teacher says she was inspired by a Santa takeover that she saw on TikTok that was happening in other communities, but really cool to see that corridor of Santas and everyone just going all in on Santa in the holidays.
And it's a pretty big inflatable too. I don't know why, but the Home Depot skeleton for Halloween came to mind. That really was like 12-foot tall skeleton. And now I wonder if Home Depot's gonna be like, you know what? People need a 12-foot tall Santa in their yard. Elizabeth would get one. She's over there smirking. She wants the tall Santa.
I do. And I would keep it in the yard until March.
More news to come. A plane flying from Raleigh to New York is hit with a laser pointer from the ground. The growing problem as people are worried about drones overhead.
And it's a little bit breezy this morning. We're going to talk about the colder air that's starting to spill into our area right now. Coming up.
And surveillance video shows the moment a stolen truck plowed into a building in Apex. We're going to give you a closer look at that video and the charges the driver is facing.